everyone.
Hi, welcome back.
Welcome.
back.
Yeah. Episode 6.
How crazy.
Episode 6 is Hot Takes and Hat Tricks.
Hot takes and hat tricks, and it is juicy.
Mm-hmm.
It is interesting.
I'm going to have to turn my fan off. Hold on. My little fan.
It has been 30, what did it say in my car? 32 degrees today.
We
So we're all sweaty Betties.
We were debating doing this podcast on the beach for you all in our bikinis, but
got to keep it,
got to keep it PG.
Got to keep it professional.
As lucky as people would have been. Yeah. Sorry.
I
was on a real beach in our bikinis.
What a sight.
A sight for sore eyes. Yeah, so on episode 6, we're all sweaty Betties, so no judging on this episode.
We're all wearing dark colours as well. We're all wearing black. silly choice, girlies.
Yeah, very silly choice. So I've got my fan on hand, my drink, ready to go.
Does everyone bring snacks for the episode?
Yeah.
Yeah, same. I've got my choice of snacks are sour Skittles, Elite Choice, and Apple Tango.
Oh, I've got no snacks, but I've got my innocent orange juice.
That's fair enough. I love fresh orange juice.
I have just
Maddie, I'd rate yours probably a 2.5 out of 5.
A 2.5?
Yeah, the Pepsi Max lets you down a bit because I'm not a Max girl. I'm a full fat, full sugar, everything kind of girl.
I'm not a Pepsi girl at all.
No, I'm a Coke.
I would be a full fat if I could have it.
Oh yeah, which can't.
Okay, getting into the episode. Welcome to episode 6 of Hot Takes and Hat Tricks. We hope you all enjoyed the episode with Becky last week. And welcome to episode 6. So I think we should just roll straight on with it if anyone hasn't got anything else to say.
I do, because we've got quite a lot actually, and it is juicy.
A lot to go through.
So go on.
So we put on our Insta story of last weekend, just asking you guys to send us in some bold opinions or controversial opinions, questions, anything like that to do with hockey, players, like anything at all. And we got some interesting opinions and questions.
Got a lot.
Some interesting responses to them as well. So we're going to go through them and we'll discuss what we think as well.
The league is now about pumping money and throwing it at players rather than hockey and the community. Wow. What I want to start with.
What are the responses that we received?
So we've had someone say they totally agree with it. And we've had someone say yes and no. The money is vital for the sport to continue to grow, and communities need to be supporting their local teams, whilst at the same time, the local team need to give back to the fans as much as possible. Be transparent. If the price has to go up because of running costs, say so. If it's because you've got 2 legit imports, and say so. Fans are big people. They can accept price raises if the club is honest with them, affordable, in brackets, or even free. Streaming for every game is the best way to grow the sport for me.
That's interesting.
That's a lot.
That is interesting. I completely agree with this.
I was just going to say, I completely agree with it. It's not even about how much money they spend. It's about, like it says there, just be honest about it. If you're having to up costs for certain things, just communicate and let us know rather than just doing it and not saying anything.
Mm-hmm. Be transparent about it as whoever, I don't know whose response that was, but be transparent and say so, and all of us fans will be happy to accommodate.
I think they'd gain more respect as well from not just the fans but from everybody. Honesty is the best policy.
Exactly. But to be honest, I don't really have an opinion on that. I haven't really thought too deep about it.
Nah, I don't care about the money side of things, but I'm there for hockey.
Yeah.
I don't care what goes on behind the scenes.
Mm. It does give you an insight though to how the sport isn't just about hockey. It's the whole thing is not even the thing, the whole like behind the scenes. It gives you an insight to it of money costs and what everything costs to run and all of that. I think that's a really good question to start with.
A lot goes on that we don't know about.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
A complete respect to all the general managers who have to deal with all of that and everyone else behind the scenes.
Number 2, we've discussed this one not on our in a couple of episodes ago, sorry. Should fighting be allowed in hockey?
Yes.
Our responses for that: it's a part of hockey. Yes, fighting should be allowed. It's a release for the players. I think every response we had, everyone agreed it should.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get why they would take it away.
The players who do end up fighting, they know the boundaries to how far they can go. Majority of the time, sometimes it can get out of hand, but that is because there is this built up adrenaline that needs to be released.
It happens in every sport. Why would it not happen in hockey?
Exactly. It happens in football. It happens in every single other sport. It is. It's violence, isn't it? So, and that's not something you want to see in any sport, is any violence. But I think it's a good thing.
I do. We all love a scrap in a
all
hockey match.
I just think it makes the game, like, it's just so exciting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always a bit disappointed if there isn't a fight.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie.
I think like sometimes you can see the players like going for each other, and we're like, "Go on, like scrap!" And then nothing.
They're gonna fight. They're gonna fight.
For fuck's sake.
Yeah, you can see the build up throughout the game, and then it gets the fans a lot more invested within the game.
It hypes us up, but then us getting hyped up, I think, hypes them up as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The lack of consistent media coverage is one of the key reasons UK hockey struggles to grow beyond its core fan base.
I absolutely love this one.
Yeah, well, most of them agreed. We had 100%, we had couldn't agree more. Other sports get so much media coverage. Why doesn't hockey? We had this is true, but that takes away streaming revenue from small teams, which leads to difficulty. If it's done the right way, starting with news segments, then it's 1000% needed to help. What do you think?
100%. I think it would be such a bigger sport and a lot more people would know about it if there was more media coverage. If it was televised. I think they deserve to be televised.
I do.
I'm sorry, but like loads of other teams get televised. Half the teams here in Rill and around Rill, they get televised on S4C on the Welsh channel when they play football.
We're lucky if we get it live streamed on social media.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. Even like not a lot of teams do live streams.
No,
like I know the Caps live stream. You have to pay for it, but you don't mind to watch your team play. Like you don't mind doing that. We're not asking for it to be done for free necessarily, but for the likes of like fans, like us, for example, being here, like me being back in Real, if I wanted to watch a Caps game, I can watch it on live stream, like come next season. But a lot of teams don't even like live stream it, let alone televise it.
I think that sort of connects with the first question as well, of being transparent and if you don't have the money, then say, we want to do this, but it's a struggle for us at the minute and it will come, but it will take time. The sport would be so much bigger if it was televised. But where's ice hockey?
Yeah, why not?
Where's the hockey?
It's the best sport.
Yeah. I remember being absolutely buzzing when where did D-side go? Did they go to Billingham maybe? and they went live, and I had the whole family sat down. We were watching it on YouTube, and it was like the best night ever. Why can't it be on all the time?
I know you make a night of it. Like I remember I've watched I don't know how many Caps games on Caps TV.
Yeah.
I've given them near enough all my money. Um, but I've had like popcorn, I've had a glass of wine with me, in my PJs, watching it on my telly or on the laptop.
What was the reason that someone didn't agree? That takes away streaming revenue from small teams, which leads to difficulty. I get where they're coming from completely, but
I don't think it would take much away. Like, we're not necessarily asking every single UK hockey team, every single match played. Like, I don't know, just if it was just like the Elite League, doesn't have to be, I'm not saying D-side games get televised, but it would be good for D-side to have like live streaming.
yeah.
But like the bigger teams, like, or the bigger leagues, like the Elite League, like I feel like those games at least should be televised.
Yeah.
Because they're
And
not
they're
small
putting
teams.
themselves out there.
Exactly. They're not small
With
teams, not taken away from their revenue because they're
No.
like big teams anyway.
Yeah.
yeah. You know, for live streaming on like YouTube, do you have to have like a permit for that? Like an agreement type thing to do it? Because obviously then if it was a big fee, for example, having to pay for whatever, if you did go with a company to film it, then actually the equipment, the permission to film it, if there was a charge there, which can happen sometimes, that can take away from their own revenue, especially if they are small teams.
Mm-hmm.
We're actually on our last question. Not question, like last opinion. Do teams just sign imports because it's easier than training up local British talent?
This is a deep one.
Juicy.
Very controversial.
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 We did only get one answer to this one, but it's an interesting answer. They said disagree because every British team wants to use local talent where possible, but they have to maintain a high standard first and foremost. And the best way to do that is bring in good players from a country with a higher standard and use local players when they match that. Also, it's easier to grow the league and get new fans interested when there's players who come from countries where hockey is bigger. So, no, it's not easier. I'm not attempting to say that word because I don't know how to pronounce it.
Multi-face did.
I don't know what that says.
Yeah, we'll just leave that bit. So, no, it's not easier.
It's not easier. Easier is not the word to describe it.
No.
It must be very difficult to make that decision to bring in imports.
I've got
That's interesting.
one specific team in my head that has got a lot of non-British players, but the British players that are in the team have been there for years and years. They will continue to be there for years and years. So why not get imports? Why not get new people who have had a complete different experience to this small, same old kind of team? Why would they not do that? It's not that it's easier to bring them in and train them. That's not what they're doing. They're not bringing them in to train the OGs, but they're bringing new people in for different vibes, different opportunities. And it's nice for the audience to watch. It's nice to see new people coming in and finding out their background.
Oh, 100%.
And each player has like different skills. Like
Mm.
this, like specific imports that they bring in could have like a certain set of skills that this one specific team is like lacking in.
I think as well, when they bring that person in, everyone in the team trains on that and wants to not be the same, but try that skill as well and develop on that skill. So they're all sort of on the same wavelength, and that's how you build a better team.
Say you're working in a shop and the team's been the same for 5+ years. Why wouldn't you bring a new employee in? They might switch up the whole game, but that might be for the best. they've obviously had a complete different experience in another shop, and it will do good and do better for the original team.
It is a shame on like younger players, not even necessarily younger players, but like players in like smaller teams that, or like even like players in like recreational hockey that do want to work their way up
Yeah.
and try and get into the bigger teams, but they're not being given that opportunity because not necessarily because they're not good enough, but
Other people are being brought in.
yeah, other people's kind of skill set is maybe a little bit higher. So I do feel bad for them guys, but it's what it is.
Yeah, teams have got to do what they've got to do, haven't they?
We're going to have one more out of the blue. Most national anthems before games are unnecessary and should be optional.
Agreed.
No way. Oh my gosh.
Really?
That surprised me.
Barely,
I think
not actually that many teams actually sing the national anthem.
do they not?
They don't do it in Scotland.
Oh. I think that I feel like as a Welsh person, we know that our national anthem is the best national anthem out there.
It's iconic.
We, at any given opportunity, will sing our hearts out to it. I would be so gutted if we got rid of the national anthem before a game. I do remember being in the pub after a game and chatting to some of the boys from D-side, and one of them saying, it's just so annoying. Like, it's really annoying, and we don't like doing it. And I was like, pardon? It's like, it's just inconvenient. Like, it's just pointless. No one knows, because out of D-side, how many of the boys are Welsh?
Not very many, is
A
it?
few, maybe
Yeah,
two
a handful.
three, a handful.
Mm.
And obviously our anthem is in Welsh, so hardly any of them know it, and they're just like, it's a little bit inconvenient, like, just drop the puck and let's go.
You can tell though when you're like watching them sing it, like half of them don't sing it, the other
They
half
don't
are
sing it.
miming. They look bored out their faces.
I tell you who I do see giving it a few words.
Yeah.
Ross Kennedy. I've seen him having a bit of sing-song quite a few times.
Personal karaoke session from him during My Hair Now Than Iron.
What a tune.
What a tune.
So does Scotland not do it?
No.
Whoa.
They didn't do it when we went to see Storm and Belfast play.
No, I was just trying to think then, they didn't.
No.
I wonder if it's not that common. People will have to let us know, hey.
Scotland done it in playoffs, but that's
Yeah,
it.
I remember them doing it in playoffs, because I was singing that. We were drunk and I was singing my heart out.
I'm surprised how many national anthems you know.
It's the Six Nations. I just know the Six Nations. The rugby. I think every team should do it. Even if just do a shortened version. Just do the chorus and that'll do.
When they bring in this new rule for next season where every single team has to sing the national anthem, they're all gonna come fucking running for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That girl. Oh my god, she's well annoying.
That girl from Girls at the Ring. What's her name? Nora. Oh.
I'll get on the ice every time with the microphone. Definitely keep the anthems.
100%.
We have a really special guest in next week's episode.
Do we?
We do.
Who is it? Or is it a surprise?
Secret. But it's going to be a good episode.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm intrigued.
Yeah, I think episode 7 will be a good one.
I'm intrigued to see what this person has to say.
Me too. Thanks for watching.
Did you just see me spit my scuttle out?
Catch us next
Thanks
week.
for watching episode 6, Hot Takes and Hat Tricks with Girls at the Rink.
Thanks for listening to us chinwag again.
We've got 9 seconds. We hope to see you next week with a very special guest, and we love you all.
Bye.
Oh shit.